What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Gervonta Tank Davis in the news. I wanted to go ahead and do a video, man, just kind of piggybacking off of what I was talking about yesterday. And in this video, I'll talk about who Gervonta should fight next year. Seeing that he said he's not going to fight he's no longer going to fight after 2025. Now, I don't think I personally don't believe it. Like I said, I think he's gonna kind of do like if anything, he'll probably do like what Floyd did with the whole, I'll take some time off, but then I'll come back, whatever the situation may be. But let's just pretend like, for a second, Gervonta Davis is going to retire. Now, who should Gervonta Davis fight next year in order to put him in the conversation of being a Hall of Famer? Because if you're asking me, do I feel like Gervonta Davis is a Hall of Famer right now? That's hard. Personally, in my opinion, for how I would judge people being in the Hall of Fame, or my what's the word that I'm looking for? My criteria for being for a fighter being a Hall of Famer. I don't think Tank Davis is a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Now, again, I have to say this because it's a lot of butthurt fans. Like, bro, I am, once again, a Tank Davis fan. That is my favorite fighter, but I'm very honest when it comes to my fighters and to my favorite fighters, to all fighters. And I'm not sure if I don't know if I would say Tank Davis is a Hall of Famer. I just don't know that yet, because for one, the biggest for me, in my criteria, I feel like as a Hall of Famer, you have to have it's about who you fight and your achievements as well, right? But it's all about it can't just be one without the other, because, like, for example, Adrian Broner is a 4-division world champion. Yes, and that's good achievement. That's great achievements, actually. But is he a Hall of Famer to me? No. Like, I mean, I think the biggest name, or the best name that Adrian Broner beat, the biggest name will probably be between Paulie and Antonio DeMarco. Maybe Daniel Ponce de Leon. Like, did I say Daniel? I don't know if I said his name right. But anyways, but he's achieved a lot. 4-division world champion, and 4-time world champion, 4 different weight classes. So for me, you have to have both, right? Whereas somebody like Andre Ward, I feel like, is a Hall of Fame, and he's only won a belt. He's only been a 2-division champion, 2-division unified champion. Being a last male Olympic gold medalist, winning the Super 6 middleweight tournament, and beating some really good guys in that Super 6 middleweight tournament as well. Having a win over Saki Obika, beating Carl Froch, beating Arthur Abraham, beating Mikkel Kessler, who are the favorites to win the tournament, by the way. I think Mikkel Kessler and Arthur Abraham were the 2 favorites, and Dre beat both of them. Then, beating Chad Dawson, and I will admit that was a drain, Chad Dawson, but Chad Dawson did call him out. Beating Chad Dawson, moving up, beating Sergey Kovalev twice. Whether you thought he won the first fight or not, he gave him a rematch, beat him easily. So I think guys like Andre Ward is a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my criteria. And honestly, with Tank being he's not even a 3-division world champion technically. Well, because he had the secondary WBA title at 140. He beat Mario Barrios for it. So, but he had the real world titles at 135 and 130. He had the IBF, I believe, at 130, and he did have the secondary title at 135 until Devin Haney moved up, which then made him the real WBA champion. So he's technically a 2-division world champion, or a 2.5-division world champion, whatever you want to call it. And that's great. Don't get it twisted. That is great, bro. Even being a 1-division world champion, that's still great. But it's just like, who did he beat though, bro? Like, well, he beat some good names. Don't get it twisted. Like, but he beat good names. He got guys like Leo Santa Cruz. He got let me see, Leo Santa Cruz. I remember somebody was trying to give him credit for beating Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios is good, but like, I think Leo Santa Cruz will be the only great fighter that he's beaten. Now, it's possible that he can, you know, that Frank Martin can turn out to be a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think he has like one great fighter on his resume, and that's Leo Santa Cruz or whatever. And you guys, you know, if you guys could correct me if you feel otherwise, but I just think Leo Santa Cruz is the only great fighter that he has on his resume. So I'm not sure, man. For my criteria, and I hate to say this, that's why I hope he doesn't retire. I just don't think that. I don't know, bro. I mean, just because of the noise he made, he may make it to the Hall of Fame, and if he does, I wouldn't be surprised. But I just personally didn't. I don't know, man. And Tank really, I mean, according to Tank, he really don't care. But in order for him, in my eyes, to become a Hall of Famer in this short amount of time, first of all, it's going to take more than just 2 fights next year. And for my criteria for him to be in the Hall of Famer, as a Hall of Famer, it's going to take more than just 2 fights. Because I'm going to need him to go up and whoop on Teofimo Lopez and shoot. Damn, bro, I don't know, man. Like, Teofimo Lopez and then go whoop on, you know, Devin Haney. I don't maybe Devin Haney. I don't know. Devin done got a belt. So if not Teo, whoever else is a champion up there, like, and you do that, get you a real belt at 140, and like I said, fight Teo, fight Devin Haney. See, it's gonna take. If you were to get Teo and Devin Haney on your record, on your resume, you know what? Yeah. I guess you. I was gonna say. I guess you have to. Yeah, you could say. I don't know, man. I still, even with that, bro, just for my criteria, it's just my criteria, you know. Like my title, like the title of my channel, but what do I know? But, you know, in my opinion, I still don't even. Well, I guess that would definitely get him in the door. Fighting Teo and then fighting Devin Haney and beating both of them, that would get him in the door for me. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I don't know, man. Like, let's look at his resume, and I want you guys to tell me, like, which, like, because I don't know. But then it is also fighters in the Hall of Famer that I feel like I don't really know how they made it to the Hall of Fame. So that's why I say it's really no set criteria on who gets in the Hall of Fame. But let's look at his resume because I don't know, man. All right, so 30-0, 28 knockouts. He beat Frank Martin. That's a good name. Ryan Garcia. Is Ryan Garcia good enough to be considered a great yet? No, I don't think so. Hector Garcia, not a great. Rolly Romero, not great. Isaac Cruz, not great. Mario Barrios, a good fighter. Like, these are good. Hector Garcia is a good fighter. Ryan Garcia, I don't like to give him no credit. I don't even do videos on him anymore. Frank Martin is a good fighter. Isaac Cruz is a decent fighter. Mario Barrios is a good fighter. Leo Santa Cruz, a great. Yuriorkis Gamboa was very good, but that was when Gamboa was like way past his prime. You know what I'm saying? Liam Wash. Let me see. Jose Pedraza was good. That's a really good fighter. I mean, so I don't know. He got a few good, like he got some good fighters, but I don't know. I don't know if I could call him a Hall of Famer yet, man. I don't know. I want to hear your guys' opinion too, man. I mean, but again, I don't even know if Tank really cares to be a Hall of Famer. To be honest, he's clearly said that he don't even care about belts. He just wants to get his money and move on. I mean, he's never even unified the division. It's just, that's why I just don't really want him to retire, because there's so much that he didn't do. Like, he never unified a division. Like, he never, I don't. The only true Tank Davis fight that we really got, that we really wanted and that we got, was him versus Ryan Garcia. Other than that, every Tank Davis fight, like, especially that they put on pay-per-view, like, we didn't ask for. Like, I can go back on his resume and we can talk about that. Like, what fights did we really ask for that he gave us? You know what I'm saying? And I gotta keep saying this is no shade to my guy, like, but it's just my opinion. Like, I mean, just looking at his resume, and if you're asking, if you're saying all this, how is he your favorite fighter? I love the way this man fights, bro. Like, Tank is a dog, bro. And I know, and I've always preached it. I always preach this. Always go check all my videos. Any video where I'm, giving Tank, criticism, constructive criticism. There's never any hate. I've always stated this. I think Tank can beat every single guy that I just named: Teofimo, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, who I think Tank can beat all them guys, bro. I really do. I love his style. The dude is slick. He can box his ass off. He's got quick hands. He's got power. I just love his style, bro. I think Tank is amazing, bro. That dude can fight. He is amazing. But I just, for whatever reason, we just can't, seem to get him. It's like I believe in him more than his handlers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to name off each fight, and I want you guys to tell me if we asked for that fight or not. You know what I'm saying? I want you to tell me if we asked for the for the fight. Lamont Roach. Anybody ask for that fight? I don't recall anybody saying, dang, I really would love to see how Lamont Roach would fare up against Tank Davis. Frank Martin. Now, I'm not gonna trash him for the Frank Martin fight. The Frank Martin fight was a good fight. Like, that was a good name. We were, criticizing Tank for not fighting a black fighter. He finally fought, a black fighter in Frank Martin. I'm not gonna criticize that at all. I'm not gonna criticize him for that. Frank Martin was a good fight, and it did good pay-per-view numbers. So, it did decent pay-per-view numbers. So Frank Martin, I'm gonna give him that. Ryan Garcia, you definitely got to give him that, because we all, that was a fight we've been wanting. Definitely give him the Ryan Garcia fight. Hector Luis Garcia, nobody asked for that fight. Nobody wanted to see Tank versus Hector Luis Garcia, bro. Rolando Romero, nobody asked for that fight. Nobody asked for the build-up. Was great though, and the fight was entertaining as well, but that was not a fight that anybody wanted to see, especially on pay-per-view. Isaac Cruz. Now, I will put an asterisk by that too, because if you guys remember, Tank versus Isaac Cruz was not supposed to happen. It was actually supposed to be Tank versus Rolly Romero in December of 2021, but Rolly had like some type of allegations made towards him. So I don't think he was able to make that fight, And I remember it was supposed to be on a Sunday, and I just thought that was like super weird for them to have that fight on a Sunday. Mario Barrios, nobody asked for that fight. Leo Santa Cruz, I don't think anybody asked for Leo Santa Cruz, but we were okay with it though. I was okay with it. Yorkis Gamboa. Nobody asked for that. Like, I mean, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, Yorkis Gamboa, he was young though. At that point, I don't know if I'm not gonna hold that against him. But from Leo Santa Cruz on up, all right. You got from the Leo Santa Cruz fight. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in his past 8 fights, including the Lamont Roach fight, has any of those been any fights that we've asked for? Except for, I want to say one. The Ryan Garcia fight is truly the only fight that we really asked for. Frank Martin, we didn't ask for, but I was okay with. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, you see what I'm saying? And again, I mean, it's no shade, it's no hate. Everything I'm speaking, I can definitely back up. So before you try to come on here and say I'm a Tank Davis hater, just know your facts, and we can definitely debate about anything. All right, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. What do you think it would take for Tank Davis to be a Hall of Famer? But what do I know?